What do Geminis need to know for April 2025? What are the main themes, energies, circumstances for Gemini placements in the month of April 2025, please? All right, so you have intuition and manifestation. Oh, I literally heard that your abilities are coming online in a major way. So for some of you, your intuition is being heightened to the next degree, okay? So you're going to be picking up on cues here, there, and everywhere, okay? So pay attention to your intuition. I feel like that quiet voice is going to become more audible, okay? So you may actually like almost hear your own spirit talking, right? I don't mean like out loud, but you know, like that sort of inner monologue you have, it's like that, but the voice is a lot softer and very clear. Okay, so your intuition is going to be like off the charts, okay, in the month of April. For others of you, literally your extrasensory awareness when it comes to psychic ability, okay, is going to be off the charts, okay? For some of you, it's being activated. For others of you, it's leveling up, okay? You're going through a spiritual upgrade at this time, okay? So you're going to have the opportunity to, you know, explore that, okay? Because like anything, it's a muscle, okay? So the more you exercise the muscle, the stronger it's going to be, all right? Of course, you want to use discernment, okay? And you want to make sure that your intentions are in check, okay? When you're exercising those muscles, so you're not doing anything that will bring about any unnecessary backlash energetically or negative karma, right? But yeah, you know, you have an opportunity to explore those aspects of self, okay? And like I say, those abilities, those awarenesses, okay, that may have been dormant or just are going through an upgrade at this time, okay? So for some of you, if there is something you're wanting to manifest, or if there is something you want to explore as part of your spiritual growth journey, you're going to be able to do so. So this is an excellent time for research. It's an excellent time for practice, okay? It's an excellent time for delving into maybe some new spiritual practices, rituals, routines, okay, that's going to help strengthen those muscles, strengthen those abilities, strengthen those qualities, right? Even if it's just something as simple as wanting to manifest something, there are things that you can do that will help to amplify that further, okay? Because you got to bear it in mind, Gemini, you guys are natural born alchemists, so your alchemist abilities are going to be heightened. So you can transmute whatever energy you find around you, within you, okay, that you've been plugged into. You can unplug yourself. You can plug yourself in, okay? You can transmute, transform, okay? You can elevate any of these things, okay? So really powerful time for you to explore your inner alchemist, all right? Amazing. So let's have a look at that for you, Gemini. So tell me more about this for Gemini placements in the month of April. Tell me more about this for Gemini. For some of you guys, you're going to realize as well that you have the ability to see, all right? Some of you guys are going to realize you have clairsentience, clairvoyance, okay? Claircognizance in particular, okay? Tell me more about this for Gemini. Tell me more about these energies for Gemini. Yeah, Six of Wands, I'm telling you. So this is your breakthrough. This is a spiritual breakthrough that's taking place for you guys, okay? And so, like I say, if you want to amplify something, you're going to have the ability to do so, and you'll do so successfully, okay? That's why I said from the beginning, it's important that you make sure that your will, your intention, okay, your action, your words, your thoughts, okay, are all aligned. If you do that, it will be successful. You will succeed, okay? Everything needs to be singing from the same hymn sheet. Alignment, in alignment, okay? And you will succeed in whatever it is you're setting out to do, okay? Like you will actually come out on top, right? If you utilize this in the correct way. Yeah, I'm telling you, King of Cups energy, right? So there is a level up taking place when it comes to your psychic abilities, okay? Even the way you process your emotions is going to be changing for some of you, okay? Emotional intelligence. You are an intelligent sign, okay? So yes, your emotional intelligence is heightened as well, okay? The way you communicate with people is changing. How you connect with people is changing. It's very much coming from a heart level, but also on a spiritual level, okay? You may even find for some of you guys that you can connect with others in the dream state. You can astral travel, okay? So there is, I'm telling you, there is a lot of psychic activity here for those of you who are truly on that journey and that are ready to step it up, okay? So I feel like even how you process your emotions is going to change drastically at this time, okay? Yeah, Knight of Wands energy, you know, the triggers as well. Pay attention to what your triggers are. Because I feel like as they come up, okay, because there may be a situation or a series of situations, okay, that allow you to observe them, you're not going to respond in the way that you once perhaps would in the past. So instead of going charging in and I'm going to give them a piece of my mind and I'm going to let them know where I stand or let them know the facts and I'm going to stand on business. No, you're not going to do any of that. You're just going to be observing, okay? Keeping your emotions to yourself, okay? Because you're understanding, again, emotional intelligence. Not every situation warrants an emotional reaction. And that to be in a position of power within a situation, it's best if you're not reacting from an emotional place. You can respond from a place of clarity once you've processed things objectively and process your emotions, which is what I see you doing. So the situations where perhaps you would have reacted from an emotional standpoint, you're not doing that anymore. You're going to have a cup of tea and a sit down and you're going to reflect before you give your answer, before you give your reply, your response. And that's amazing, you know, because that, I'm telling you, that puts you in a position of actual control over your life rather than just reacting to everything that's going on, right? So you're evolving on many levels here, okay? And it doesn't matter if people believe it or not. Proof is in the pudding. You'll know because you're already feeling this on some level, you know, but you're going to definitely experience it in the month of April if this is your message, right? So I'm telling you, of course, it also depends on how invested you are in this journey, right? In connecting with these aspects of self. If that's not a priority, if you're shut down on that level, then of course, that's not something you're going to necessarily experience to the same degree. But if you're open to it, okay, and if you've been on this journey, then you're going to experience it on some level, okay? Yeah, exactly. Seven of Swords. Be careful of anyone that tries to speak lies on your name. And like I say, you'll know who they are because bearing in mind, like I said, your intuition is going to be skyrocketing, okay? So even if someone tries to do something shady to you behind the scenes without your awareness, you're going to know. You're going to know exactly who it is and where it's coming from and why. But again, instead of reacting, okay, getting triggered and reacting from an emotional place, observe. Let them run amok. Let them make a whole mess of things, right? And then you can respond at the right time, you know what I mean? And respond from a place of knowing and being in control of your emotions rather than reacting and acting out of character because someone upset you, rather than feeding into it because they know what they're doing. Like, see it for what it is. Don't feed into it, okay? Don't go in like guns blazing. No, just observe, okay? Keep your feelings on the matter to yourself until the right time. They'll expose themselves anyway. And then you can share, you know, your thoughts, okay? But it's coming from that cool, calm, collected energy rather than from heat of the moment, saying anything because you're triggered. So just know that April is a powerful month for you to exercise your abilities, okay? And like I say, for a chunk of you, a good chunk of you, they are heightening as well, okay? They are being strengthened. They are upgrading. So it's a good time for self-exploration when it comes to your spiritual capabilities, okay? And doing your research, like I say, maybe looking at introducing a new practice, a new routine, okay? That's going to help strengthen those abilities, all right? But you've got this, okay? So amazing message for you guys, and I hope that helps.